Next up at UFC Vegas 86, we have the main event of the evening. We have Jack Hermansson coming back after a year away to take on surging up-and-comer Joe Pyfer. Jack Hermansson, 23-8 overall, but only 2-3 in his last 5, coming off of that pretty one-sided loss to Roman Dolidze. He's taking on Joey P. Joe Pyfer, 12-2 overall, 5-0 in his last 5. He's coming off that submission win over Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Jack Hermansson, as we all know, is a very good grappler. And as long as your name is not Roman Dolidze, if he takes you down, you can be in some big trouble. His striking is solid, and while he's not going to be knocking anybody out anytime soon, he has just improved dramatically over the last few years. What I like about Jack is that he's going to stick with a game plan. You can trust him to do what he's good at. The problem is that game plan is always wrestle. It's just wrestle. And if he can't get the wrestling going with that 29% takedown accuracy, he's not always going to have a ton of success. There is the anomaly in there where he beat Chris Curtis just pure striking, but that's because Chris Curtis is a low-volume guy that likes to back up, and I guess Jack just exploited that. He is coming off that TKO loss to Roman Dolidze where it was just insanely obvious that there are levels to grappling. He's taking on Joe Pyfer. This guy is an insanely powerful striker who put together 5 solid wins in a row after a really bad arm break on the Contender Series. He hits like a truck. He uses pressure to break people. And up until his last fight, we didn't see a ton of wrestling out of him in the UFC. We knew it was there from the regional tape. But then in his last fight, he had 3 takedowns, a choke, an arm triangle choke, and we found out, okay, Joe Pyfer is more than just a one-punch knockout kind of guy. This is definitely his biggest test. I think the UFC is setting this up. I think the UFC is like, hey, I think Joe's going to be our guy. I think Joe's sort of this next generation of guy. Let's give him somebody we think he can be, and that's what they're doing here. The problem is, Jack Hermansson's good. He out-grappled Jacare Souza. He outstruck Chris Curtis. He has established himself as a crafty guy that is a tough fight. Conventional wisdom is going to say, oh, if Jack gets this to the ground, Joe's in trouble. I don't even know if that's true because Joe trains with a lot of high-level grapplers. Joe is also a good grappler, a good wrestler. The fact that he took down Abdul Razak Al Hassan 3 times, choked him out, wasn't that big of a deal. And Abdul Razak Al Hassan is a very good judo practitioner. So I think Joe is going to kind of run through Jack Hermansson a little bit. The big question will be, what does this look like if the fight goes long? That's a big question. We don't have answers for that just yet. Joe isn't exactly in a bunch of 3-round barn burners, 5-round barn burners, and we do know that Jack can hang for 5 full rounds. But I'm still going to go Joe here, and I think he gets the job done. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah. So obviously, me and Big Joe here have had our differences, mostly because of what I said about his boy with Sean Brady. He put me on his Instagram story. I don't know what it says. He ended up deleting it before I could see it, but I imagine it was not a very savory thing to me after his boy Sean Brady beat my lock of the week, Kelvin Gastelum. But let me just say this. This is a big test for Joe Pyfer. I mean, there's no doubt about that. This is definitely, clearly a monster step up in competition. I know Al Hassan. I was trying to say his whole name, but Al Hassan was definitely a good fighter, but this is definitely a different level. Durable guy that's well-rounded everywhere in Jack Hermansson. People keep talking about Bo Nickel, right? And it's Bo, and Bo's going to beat this, and Bo can beat that, and Bo can beat that, and Bo Nickel, and his wrestling, and this and that. In my mind, it's fucking Joe Pyfer that's the dude. I don't give a fuck about Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel's got the wrestling, and yeah, you can be overly dominant with the wrestling, but if your wrestling is just good enough to be better than everyone else's, which I think Joe Pyfer's at that level to where he can just have good enough wrestling to be better than everyone else, guess what? He also has the fucking striking. Bo Nickel doesn't have the striking, so everyone talks about Bo Nickel as the next big prospect at middleweight, and this guy and this guy. I think Joe Pyfer is that dude that everyone is expecting Bo Nickel to be. I don't think Bo Nickel's ever going to be that guy. I think Joe Pyfer is that dude. He's got the wrestling. He's got the grappling. He's got the power. He's got the striking. He's got the attitude. So as many differences I've had with the Philly camps and Sean Bray and all this stuff, I have no issues with a guy like Joe Pyfer. I think he is the real deal, and I think this is a great matchup for him to show who he is, because I think he can get wrestling going and get takedowns versus Jack Hermansson. I think he can win the striking exchange. He's definitely got the power advantage. The only thing I do worry about with Joe Pyfer is this. It's not really cardio issues, because the way he fights, I don't think is that big a deal, right? It's not like he's like crazy in your face, pop like a Chimaev, right? Chimaev, you can tell, like, he's going to go for it, and if he doesn't get it, it's a little bit iffy, second, third round, whatever. Joe Pyfer's going to take his time. But I do worry a little bit the way he headhunts, because he does headhunt a little bit. If he starts mixing in some good boxing with some good body shots when he gets people backed up, because he has such a presence inside the cage, the way he can just kind of walk people down with his stature, with the wrestling, with his power. He can back people up. Let's work in some bodies. He's got great kicks. He can work in some kicks as well. Let's work in some body shots. Really kind of tune up and really kind of fine tune that boxing to work in some body shots as well. And I think he really is a complete guy. I think he comes in and fucking smokes Jack Hermansson first or second round. I really do think he is that dude. And people want to talk about Bo. I think Joe's already that dude, and he's going to be much better than Bo Nickel in the UFC. So Joe Pyfer's that dude, man. I really believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in him to win, but we do need to see him go a little bit. We do need to see a decision, something like that. Because to your point, we don't necessarily know if he's going to get tired or not, but it's more just...
He keeps winning. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, well, everybody said that about Gabriel Bonfim. And then what happened?
We're not fucking making that comparison.
Okay. What happened when there was a lot of pressure, things weren't going well, and all of a sudden the fight did go.
He took his time versus Alisson. It was just like cruising.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying I would be more comfortable if I saw 15 minutes or something a little longer.
He'll be fine.
And was confident in that. But either way, we're both on the same side here.
Joe Pyfer, baby. And Joe, hey, we might have had our differences, but I'm a big fan.
But we both have red hair.
We don't.
You're going to spend $9,000 in DraftKings?
I am.
Oh, I am, he says. Yeah, I mean, Jack Hermansson is tough, is pretty durable. But, sometimes you just have to trust the UFC. This is a matchup like this on purpose. It's designed this way for a reason. So sometimes you just got to trust the process. I think Joe gets the win. And I think it sort of springboards his career. And let's springboard you into some more units, into some winnings, into some money. And we can do that by giving you access to premium membership. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. But it's only $10 a month. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. You'll unlock picks, bets, round line leans, and more. Like the detailed data, metrics, and analytics. 38 columns of information to help you find prop bets, help you find information that will help you avoid bets or lean into bets that make sense. The line movement tracker, it's going to give you the opening odds, the current odds, the win probability, and the line movement for every single fighter.
Oh, Julia. Imagine betting her.
Card. I could not imagine that. Listen, I could not have been more vocal. Don't bet on Malcolm Gordon. Don't bet on Julia Stoliarenko.
And I said last week, don't bet on Urbina. I was up units last week.
Yeah, Jacob dominated last week. All three cards this year, we have had a ton of success. Jacob last week did better than I did for sure. You're also going to get more than just me and Sick Red over here. You're going to get the MMA Minute, Running Mouth MMA, Artem, Pick Doctor. They're all giving you their picks, their bets, their insight, their round line leans, and more. Everything $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Just click Become a Member at the top. Here's the socials. If you'd like to follow, costs you nothing.
Ooh.
To support us.
Follow me on the gram. I've got over 1,000 now, Angela. I think that's why Loopy followed me today. I think it was because the blue check mark is a big thing, but I have over 1,000 followers now. So if you guys want to follow the journey, I'm followed by Amanda Hebas, Loopy Godinez, Adrian Yanez, Cody Brundage, Garrett Armfield, Minty Betts. I'm trying to
we got a thumbs up on the screen. All right, well, we have a $5 super chat from Patrick Wilson. He said, Angelo starting his video off by saying this card isn't good is dead wrong for people who know what's up. Yeah, we addressed that. First of all, it's not good.
How do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way.
I know that song. Is that Toby Keith?
It is. Rest in peace, Toby. Hey, like the stream if you haven't already. Let's get some RIPs Toby, too, in the chat before you go.
Thank you to Dr. Y for the belt for Jacob and I's fight this Friday. If you don't know what the hell this is for or who it's from, just go back to the beginning of this video. Jacob and I will be fist fighting on Friday. It will not be live streamed, but we will record it. We will upload it for free for everybody. And the winner will get to take this home. Thank you,
watch
Dr. Y, for that donation. Here we go. You're so fucking stupid, dude. Now you got to go pick that shit up and hope it's not broken. So dumb.
Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck.
$1.99. Don't close it now.
I see it. It's my birthday. I just joined. Just saw your first video. Well, Patrick, happy birthday. But we're out of here. Enjoy the day. Go back, watch the video, pretend it's live. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. We're at 21,000. The fact that we got there is absolutely astonishing. This 10-week stretch, we should probably cruise past 25. We appreciate every last one of you. Thank you guys so much.